Melissa was making fun of me in my applause button the other day. She's like, "You really like that clapping button." I could tell. I was like, "I do. I'm always cheering for myself." I don't think there's enough people out there that have the confidence to cheer for themselves. That's all it is. Everybody out there, give yourself a motherfucking round of applause. Good morning, everyone. If you could, please share the live stream. Please share this music educational chat. Please share, because it's us against the world today. We are trying our hardest to add value and meaningful conversations to the DIY independent musician and creator community, and of course, all of my friends at home. Our goal here is to look at the music industry every day, 24, 48 hours, and we organize, we sift through the latest updates and emerging stories that have to do with the music industry, DIY musicians, technology, tips and tricks on social media. We look at the law, we look at banking, and we look at the emerging stories in the music industry, and we put them on the screen so we can read them together. We all discover these stories at the same time. We're able to measure emerging stories and breakthroughs in real time at the same time together. And that's what this live stream and chat is all about. Us being able to look at the emerging modern music industry every single day. Not week to week, not month to month, not the telephone game, not fucking rumors and playing around and what we hear in the back halls. We put it up on the screen for all of us to see. This is for the most courageous members of humanity, with the goal to establish the truth. And we look at the music industry every day. We look at the articles, we look at the facts, we look at the emerging stories, we look at the court cases, we look at the money, we follow the money, we follow the metrics, we unpack it all. We get past the celebrity bullshit, we get past the rumors, we get past the goofy games, and we have a solid, common sense approach and conversation right here about the music industry every single day for people that can handle it. And of course, there are some of you out there that I understand. Life is but a dream, and not everyone appreciates their bubble being popped. So if you want to stay in your bubble, if you enjoy the current image and frequency of the world and the music industry, let me not hold you up or become an obstacle. I think you should continue to be who you are and benefit to the extremity of any goals that you set out to achieve. I hope that that's fair. I hope that that's mutual. Yo, what's up? What's going on, War? How's it going? How's it going? Mr. People's in the house. I appreciate you. Where you guys hanging out from today? Where you guys at? What city? What state? What's up with you guys? Have you guys had a productive week yourself? So I'll be here at 10:30 each morning, sometimes a little earlier, sometimes a little later. I will be here. If I'm not planning for a live stream, if I have to cancel or something, I'll have Melissa or myself. We will post in our Superfan broadcast feed. If you're not a part of the Yellow Jackets Superfan feed, you probably won't get the memo. So again, if you're new here, that's what this is all about. This live stream is a conversation stream. This isn't a podcast or really an entertainment stream. I hope it is entertaining. But the goal here really is to establish the truth about the music industry. And most of what we hear about the industry is on social media, or a 2 or 3 minute read in an article, or you might hear guys like me spouting off, in a 30-second clip or reel or TikTok. And let's face it, that's just not a great way to learn about anything. So in this sense, we had the Honeycomb Hideout podcast. If you guys are familiar with our podcast on Wednesday, that is now hosted by Lexi Swarm, our merch girl. I'm on it. Zach is, of course, a part of the conversation. He's our bass player. And the three of us talk about emerging topics, almost like bullet points. And we touch on topics in the music industry and internet news, social media news. We try to keep it fresh, diverse, add some variety and value to it. But for the most part, it's a music podcast, and we talk about popular and emerging stories in the music industry. But what we found on the Honeycomb Hideout was there really still wasn't a lot of time to look at any one given particular subject or field or layer in the music industry and cover it beyond a consumer perspective. So it was challenging for us to talk about the real music industry and try to talk about that in a way where we could present it in all of its impact and authenticity week to week. There was just no way that we could talk about even any one given subject week to week. So it's like if we presented a story about Live Nation on any given Wednesday, we would have to wait an entire week to continue that conversation. And that's why we created this program. I'm the host of this live stream, but this isn't necessarily my creation. Melissa is a big part of what I'm doing here each morning, as well as other members of the staff here that are in the chat. So we're plugged in, we're engaged, we're committed. And at first, as an experiment, even here, I'll show you. If you look in the back, you'll see up here. I'll try to get the arrow. You'll see up here I have all kinds of tabs that I've opened, and each of them has different stories or news or content information regarding, the music industry and social media and stuff like that. So I have it all prepped out prior to me getting here. So, and what I found is we very rarely can get through a story or two. I try to move through it quickly, but there's just so much to unpack. And in any given story, I might have to freeze the story to give real world experiences, real life context to any given story. I might have to explain where the value is, or where the hidden key takeaways might lie, and that takes a little bit of patience and talent. What's up, Hans? How's it going? So I was just gonna jump in anyways. Let's see what we got here. So without further ado, I'm going to try to move through these ones quicker today because we really haven't had a time to get through a lot of the news because there's been so many events and prepping, pre-production, and trying to figure out the pathway to explain to people who've never seen this stuff before is a lot more challenging than I thought it would be. I must admit. Also, I'm going to start presenting these articles, at least the articles, if I can. I'm going to try to remember to tell you guys when they were written, by who, and by what publication. So this is Music Ally. You can subscribe to them. So if you ever wondered where I get all of my information from, it's taken me, I don't know, maybe about 10 years or so to collect, hundreds of what I would feel measurable and reliable media sources that cover music and technology. So you're welcome if you're in, what the fuck? You know what I mean? If you're in a band or you're a rapper or a singer, songwriter, or you're one of my friends that are in, maybe you're doing a podcast, or maybe you're doing educationals on music, or you're making content about the music industry. If you're hosting conversations, I know Concert Junkies was doing some coffee talk thing. This would be a great place to do research and collect good content. Music Ally is a really cool. They have weeklies and you could subscribe to them, and it's cool with these guys. I think they have you can check the box to what intensity you want your news. So it's pretty cool, man. If you're into learning about what's really happening in the music industry, having some of these subscriptions to these news sources and blogs can be a nice tool. Those of you that aren't musicians, aren't tapping into this, are kind of missing out, because then you're just relying on social media and your music buddies to give you information about the industry, and that's just not reliable, guys. Let's face it. So this story, today's music business will become two separate businesses. It's by Stuart Dredge. I did read a little bit of this, and I thought it would be really good because it's been touching on some of the things that I have been saying the last 30 months. So I'm hoping that you guys will be able to hear it from someone else other than me. Yeah. Bifurcating. Bifurcating? I've never heard of that word before. We got to look that one up before we even get started. I refuse to use words I don't know. I'm just looking at this word like, what the hell is that? Oh, that is a strange thing there. How do you even say that? The state of being divided into two branches. Okay. Uh-oh. Like, am I going to sneeze or what? It's like I know I'm going to sneeze, but as soon as I started thinking about actually sneezing, it was like, wait, maybe I won't. I don't know, all these fucking people talking about allergies and all this bullshit. Look, when people start talking allergies, I feel like that's code for motherfuckers is getting sick. Stay the fuck away from me. I got allergies. No, motherfucker, you're sick. You're looking for a nicer way to say you're about to die. Save it. You know me. Let me tell you something. If you see me and my nose is running and I got a headache, I don't have no fucking allergies. I'm sick, and you should get the fuck away from me. But unlike the rest of humanity, I'm not going to try to trick you guys into thinking, oh, it's just pollen. Why does everybody do that? You don't know for sure if it's pollen. You're just saying that. You're just saying that to lighten the load. We all do that dumb shit. Stop doing that. What you should say is the truth. I don't know what it is because I'm not a doctor. I'm not a fucking scientist. Something's wrong with my fucking neck. Like, just tell the truth. Stop WebMDing yourself. It's annoying. It's annoying to people in your life that use common sense like me. Like, there is people in your life like me that use common sense. So please, if you get the sniffles, stop self-diagnosing yourself and telling everybody, oh no, it's just pollen. You don't fucking know that for sure. Oh, it's my allergies. Like, since when were you a fucking microbiologist? Shut the fuck up. Chances are you don't know what's happening to you because we are scientific, biodiverse, we are separate parts that make up the whole, man. We don't know what the fuck is going on. Jesus. 13 hours until 4:20. We better do something about this. What? I didn't know that. Hey, y'all know it was 4:20. Well, that's what I mean. We got to get prepared. Well, let's smoke some weed. Oh, what the fuck? I don't know what just happened there. Forgive me. Anyways, I don't know what the fuck I was talking about. I was looking up bifurcating. I still don't know how to say it. The internet wouldn't tell me. But I do know what it means now. Bifurcation? How do you say that? Can someone call me on the phone? Somebody call me on the phone and tell me how to pronounce this fucking word. Wow. There's one thing I can play the guitar, right? But I can't spell worth a shit. Music industry consultancy media research is a dab hand at coming up with theories about what will happen next in music and branding them persuasively. The latest example... Oh, that's because they made it up. They made up this fucking thing. The latest example is bifurcation theory, which I'm sure I'm saying wrong, and it is outlined in a report published yesterday by Mark Mulligan. The music business is bifurcating, splitting into two, with streaming emerging as the place for mainstream music and lean back consumption, and social as the spiritual home of fandom and the creator economy. Are you guys listening to this shit? Let's do it again. This is what these motherfuckers think. Now, see, I will say something like this a month from now, or I will see some sort of evidence that supports this, and I will mention this in a 20-second clip. And some goofball out there will say, William doesn't know what the fuck he's talking about. Don't kill the messenger. The music industry is splitting into two, with streaming emerging as the place for mainstream music and lean-back consumption, and social media as the spiritual home of fandom and the creator economy. Streaming services will be the places where fans listen, monetizing consumption at scale, while the other side will focus on fans playing. Highly social destinations where fans learn to create, connect, and express identity. Social apps are plagued with challenges, royalty payments, not the least of them, but they will emerge as a parallel alternative to streaming rather than simply a feeder for it. What do y'all think about that? What do y'all think? Hey, this looks like the barn door from Charlie's Hill. Somebody tagged them. Are the Gingers playing on Charlie's Hill? I'm just kidding. Just kidding. Just kidding. Yeah, people just don't care and still go out when they are sick. That's how I lost my father. Damn, bro, I'm sorry. What the hell? That's another topic for another day. But I lost both of my parents a couple years ago. The same way. So both of my parents passed away during those difficult years that we had. Yep. Yeah. Sorry for your loss, man. That's crazy how a cold can just can get you like that. The deeper the rabbit hole we go. No, you ain't kidding. So, I just thought this was kind of cool. So Tatiana, I'm not going to try to pronounce her last name because I feel like I'm just not going to try that. So she is the lead singer and screamer of the band Ginger. Most people don't know Ginger originally had a male vocalist. Yeah. There's 99 problems that I have to solve right now. Taxes and personal stuff. I think I'm going to go get Melissa real quick because the reason why I originally pulled this out was so I could show my band members. So just give me a moment if you could. I don't know if you want to tune in. Ow, son of a bitch. All right, so yeah, I went over and just told Melissa if she could just to tune in, because just there's a few things in here that just relate to bands. If you're in a band right now and you're going through it, if you're in a band, and you treat your band like a business, this is probably good for you to pay attention to because you might be able to relate. So Tatiana says that she can't find the inspiration to write. I know this happens. I've heard this a lot for musicians lately. And as you guys know, we're coming out with our second album, hopefully sooner than later. But a lot of people know I have opted to take our time with our second album because it's only been 3.5 years since we released our first record, and we have released music every year since then. However, I feel like albums should be special, and I think you do have to live a little bit before you can continue sharing your message and your music with the world. I think there's no such thing really as writer's block, but there is a living block. Sometimes we have to get life. We have to get a little bit of life behind us before we can get the writing in front of us. So I think this is interesting for a band at their level. as she admits here that she can't find the inspiration to write, for Ginger's next album. There's 99 problems that she has to solve right now, she says, including taxes and personal stuff. You see this, guys? Taxes and personal stuff. So for those folks out there that may not fully, for those folks out there that it might really be hard for them to process how much of a responsibility and how fiscal responsibilities in your personal life are just not something you post on social media. The reason why I say that is because we love these people. We love these bands that we look up to, actors, actresses, streamers, and influencers. And we're watching them from our homes every day in our simple civilian lives. We never really factor in how much of their personal lives and their fiscal responsibilities and life on life's terms that these artists and celebrities have to manage just to be able to get together and take a picture for you. How much these guys have to organize in their lives to be able to go out on the road and play music, to be able to partner up with each other, utilize their spare time and their free time, and take the risks in their adult lives to go out there and put on a great show. I mean, these are not some spring chickens. These are fully grown, middle-aged adults, complete with gray hairs, beards. These guys work their butts off. Okay. For all the diehard Ginger fans out here, here's some news that might sting a little. In recent interview with Metal Hammer, vocalist Tatiana revealed the band is putting the brakes on their next studio album. It's not easy, guys. While some might expect a creative surge inspired by life events, the singer admits it's the decidedly unmetal realities of daily life that are holding things up. I confess, she says, that I haven't started writing anything yet. I think I will suffer this year with writing lyrics. There are 99 problems that I have to solve right now, she says. Taxes, personal stuff. I honestly can't find the inspiration to write. Wow. So for all of you guys out there that think this stuff is easy, look at this is coming from Tatiana, man. If you're in a band and you're going through it, if you're in a band and you don't got shows booked right now, if you are having a tough time finishing your album or making payments, or finding the budget to tour, look, this is one of the biggest bands in the world. Look. You know, when big bands like Gingers tell you, hey, we can't write music right now because of taxes and personal stuff. This should give you a realistic view into the smaller DIY and the smaller independent bands. I'm hoping that some of you are able to look at what's happening with Tatiana, and then maybe you guys can filter the story down and consider some of the bands that you support on Facebook. If Ginger's going through this type of stuff, if Ginger's having a problem, managing personal life and taxes and writing music, if huge bands like Ginger are having challenges organizing their taxes, that should reveal to you guys at home of how fucking difficult this is for people like me and Melissa. If Tatiana can sit here and admit to you how difficult it is for a huge band like Ginger, think of how hard it would be for a band like Mag Dylan, or Scream at the Sky, or Trading Tombstone. Do you see what I'm trying to tell you? If it's this difficult for Tatiana and Ginger, think of how difficult it is for Dead by Wednesday, or Paradise is Canceled, or Inverter. I'm trying to teach you guys something. The lack of inspiration due to everyday stress seemed to be double-edged sword. She quotes here. She's quoted here. You could say I'm inspired in a way, the singer humorlessly remarks. I could write lyrics about stress, but it's not as poetic. It kills an artist. You know, I could say that I absolutely can relate to this. When my mom died and when Melissa's brother died, we had a really hard time writing lyrics. It was really a hard time to write music because a lot of the music that me and Melissa would come up with was just so sad. It was good, but it really was really sad. And some of those songs we have changed since then, or we put on the back burner. But at the time, even Romance and Reality was a different song. Yesterday Isn't Me was another song that was written during that time, and you could really see the emotion in that song. I think out of that era, Yesterday Isn't Me is the only song that we allowed to really cover, you know, the way that we felt during that time. So, and that's why Yesterday Isn't Me is a single release and not part of an album, because it's really its own thing, you know. So, but, you know, we could definitely relate to what she says here. It's really hard, even when you have great inspiration for writing. Sometimes it's painful for artists to write about, you know, personal events in their life. You know, it really is. Anyhow, she says here, I wish I had someone who could fix my problems for me so I could only concentrate on beautiful things. While I'm sorting everything in my head, I play Alice in Chains. I play one particular line on repeat. World dies, I still pay taxes, she adds. I want y'all to pay attention to that. It's not all bad news, though, since releasing Wallflowers in 2021, Ginger has been anything but idle. They've kept busy touring with major acts like Disturbed and Bullet for My Valentine, with one more on the horizon. Next month brings the release of their live album, Live in Los Angeles, followed by a packed schedule that includes U.S. dates in Milwaukee, UK. So, I mean, they're doing good, and we don't have to feel bad for them. But I did want to share with you. Of course, they got to go to work. That's her job. There are 99 problems that she has to solve right now, and taxes and personal stuff are right at the priority. They prioritize over her releasing new music. That's what I wanted to show you guys. That even in the largest bands in the world, their personal lives, their budgets prevent them from being creative. And as she pointed out here, she says, I wish I had someone who could fix my problems for me so I could only concentrate on beautiful things. Well, isn't that what we all want? Right? What do you think about that, Melissa? So, I mean, if it like, I just wanted to point out, after babbling the entire time, that if you're going through it, if you're a musician and things aren't perfect, look at that. I had a lone dreadlock jumping around. If things aren't perfect, if things aren't going exactly the way that you'd expect, just remember, if you're in a band, if you're in a small band like Sepsis or Reality Suite, you have the same problems. You have to take on the same challenges as somebody as large as Ginger. Though huge bands like Spiritbox and Ginger still face real life issues and budgeting. So if you're in a little band and you think, oh, woe's me, my life is difficult because I'm in a widow band, that's not true. Even the larger bands they still have to do their taxes. They still, have to cover expenses. They still got to go to work. I just know some of us, myself included, we all have to admit to comparing. We try not to do it, right? But we all have to admit, and I'll just speak for myself. There's been many times in my life where on autopilot, you look next door and you start to think the grass is a little bit greener. You look across the pond and you tend to fantasize that people have more opportunities or they're luckier than you. And in some cases, I'm sure that that's true, but not all. And smaller bands like our band, we don't get a lot of views. We don't have a lot of followers. We don't have a lot of success in the music industry. So we tend to look at those that are more successful than us, and we can have the bad habit of comparing. And I can't think of the last time we did that, but we certainly did when we were growing up, and that was something we had to learn. And I'm just showing you guys now, for those who haven't had the opportunity to take personal inventory, here you go. You're seeing it right on the screen, that one of the largest female-fronted metal bands in the world is having a tough time just covering expenses, man. So for all of you out there that think that once you get to the top, once you get to the level of Ginger, that they're going to be feeding you grapes and giving you back rubs and free sponsorship deals to your favorite guitar companies, that's not the case. You're looking at it. Yeah, they got and good for them that they got their tours lined up. I don't think that they need to release new music. If they release music in 2021, I think that they're still within that. To me, my art, this is just personal preference. I know I'm jumping around a little bit, but my personal preference, I'd like to see my favorite artists for rock and roll and heavy metal. I'll give you 3 to 5 years on every album. Throw me a single. Throw me a single every couple years. Don't be fucking crazy now. Let me get a single or something. Keep me in. Keep me locked. I don't need a lot. You know what I mean? Give me something. You know what I mean? Maybe do a guest appearance or a feature or something cool. Give me some acoustic stuff. Give me something. But album, I don't need an album from anybody. 3 to 5 years for me. But I'm old-fashioned. Let me read some of you guys' comments. I want to read some of you guys' comments. Scott says, I can write a metal song or a rap tune. Oh, man, multi-talented, bro. It is life inspiration that fuels my lyrics. I do have writer's block, but when inspired, I just roll with it. Man, Scott, I'd love to hear some of your... whatever you have to share with us, I'd love to hear some of your music. If you're cool with that. Hans, when I ended my band Crude Oil back in 2009, I have been there, lost the inspiration. It really happens. Damn, man. There's Lexi. I've been trying to smoke this joint with Lexi for fucking hours. Holy shit. I've never waited this long. I almost smoked it. Look at it. I was like, man, I'm about to smoke this motherfucker. And I don't like smoking weed alone.
I don't either.
It's whack. That's like some fiend shit. Yeah.
I feel like a fiend.
You know what I mean? I could now hold on. Everyone's out there like, ugh. I said me. I said I feel. I didn't say you were. You could do whatever you want.
You. And then
Don't start.
Rejected and wanted to agree with you that you are not the only one that feels.
Anybody that smokes weed alone, please don't get low self-esteem. Smoke more weed alone. You were doing it before I said anything. I don't want to stop you. Let's read what Scott had to say. I believe that writing about my personal life is healing. Whew. For instance, I wrote a song about my first daughter and our relationship. I call it No Solution. Ooh. A relationship that has a lot of problems due her spiteful mother. Ooh. When I was done writing, the healing started. Wow. Man, I hope you guys could patch that up. I mean, not for the sake of her weird mom, but I hope you guys are buddies at some point. Because there's a shortage of men that love women. Do you guys hear me? There is a shortage of men that just love women. And I'm one of those men that love women. I love men too. I love men and women equally. But I'm saying, our daughters, our sisters, our moms, we got to love them. We got to love them a little bit more every day, all right? That's all I'm going to say about that. They need it. Yeah. Women need, they need our leadership and our support and all that other crap, just as we need them. But you know what women really need from men, from strong men? Women need examples of strong men that love them back. I'm one of those people. So if you're a woman out there and you need strong males in your life, look no further, because there's a bunch of strong men right here in my chat. You don't hear a lot of men talking about healing, so I appreciate that, Scott. Real strong men are emotional men. There's nothing wrong with that. That is deep with that no solution thing. Scott said, like I said earlier in the week, music is about emotion and what I'm going through at the time. I really feel like Scott's onto something there. I feel like the emotion in music really injects true value into each piece. Because then it's not about perfection anymore. It's not about a competition. It's not about an economy or trophies or rewards or tastemakers. At that point, it's about the quality of your life, man. Kenny says, dude, you're cool as hell. Thanks, man. I appreciate you, brother. I think the thing about being cool is to not try to be cool. Just be cool. I mean what I say, and I say what I mean, man. And I say so boldly and frequently. And you know what? This may come as a surprise, but I'll die for what I believe in. I will fight, and I live for what I believe in, what I say on this program. I mean what I say, and I say what I mean. And I will live and die and go to prison for what I believe. More than rock and roll, more than money, more than gods and angels. Do you understand what I'm saying? And that's what makes me cool. What makes me cool is I'm not afraid of the truth. I'm not afraid of looking you in the fucking eye and telling you the truth. Scott says, thanks, Will. All of my lyrics are on my Facebook page. Cool. You should, I don't know if you could do something cool with that, like turn them into paintings or art or cards. There goes my business mentality. Well, I appreciate you, Kenny. And Hans says, Lexi was doing some onslaught grab, the overshield steal, that flag. That was really fragmented. So I'm not sure what you mean by that.
Proofread.
So I want to go. Yesterday we did. Do you guys remember we did these inventions? I had this one that I liked for Lexi that I pulled out. The Photo Stick Omni.
What's that?
Okay, remember before when you had your old iPhone? And you were like, what am I going to do with all the storage? And now they have this cool gig stick that you pop into your phone. And it's got this fucking star on the end of it. You see that? It's a USB, multi-USB fucking sunburst. Okay? Look, and you put it, and look at it. And you put it in your phone, and it dumps all of your photos and media onto
I need that.
onto the gig stick.
Where can I send them my money?
See? Money for them. Instantly back up your shit. Your photos, videos, every device. And then I had one from Melissa. The world's first wireless charging hearing aids for less than $100. Yeah, if you guys didn't know, and I'm not making fun of her, and it doesn't matter because she can't hear me if I was, Melissa can't hear out of her ear. Like when we first started the band, people were like, yo, that girl sounds like she's deaf. This was like one of the fucked up things. Like we laugh at it now, but this is like one of the fucked up things that people used to make fun of Melissa.
I'm not laughing.
Well, it's not really funny, actually. It's not funny at all. But she got an infection in her ear as a teenager. And the fucked up thing was like, it's when we first started the band. So she was really into the band. She was excited about starting the band and getting voice lessons and all this stuff. And, I mean, she was a kid at the time, you know? And we started the band. We got things going. And then she developed a condition in her ear. And as a result, it fucked up her eardrum, and she wound up losing a lot of her hearing in one of her ears. And like, it sounds kind of brutal now, but like when we first started making music, I mean, we really weren't that good, you know? We couldn't sing or play worth a shit, and we could never keep a lineup, so the band just sounded terrible. But I mean, me and Melissa were the only people that would continually come back for punishment. You know what I mean? So for the first few years, it was just people saying how awful we were. And people would be like, you know, that girl sounds like a deaf girl. And we'd be like, well, she is. So, I mean, so a while, and people were just being hurtful like that. And then over the years, Melissa trained herself to overcome this on her own without any like medical, without anybody coming into our life. We didn't have any money or any. Hearing aids were like, at the time we looked, hearing aids were like $2,000 to $5,000. We've always wanted to get Melissa a hearing aid so she could hear the music. But we did we did a DNA test on Melissa, and in the test it said that she was born with perfect pitch. Tell me that's not fucking weird. That's the weirdest thing. So out of her one ear, that's how Melissa performs in the band. So anyway, that's why I came up with this thing right here. Look at the world's first wireless charging hearing aids for less than $100. I found that for her. Then I found this cool thing. Look at this. Repair just about anything in seconds. They came up with this new thing called Bond Dick. Does anybody want my Bond Dick? It sticks to everything. Look, most glues adhesively kind of suck.
Yeah, they do.
They're messy. Messy. Bond Dick is better than glue. That's what it says. It was invented by a dentist who was inspired by incredibly strong bonding compounds.
Oh.
Rock solid. It hardens into rock solid forms in 4 seconds. Bondic. And I'm not making a nasty joke. Look,
Sold out.
it's fast, it's ridiculously strong, and it works on virtually anything. Bondic.
Yeah.
Look, it's sold the fuck out.
That's what I just said. Sold out.
People would think I'm lying about this, like I'm saying something nasty. Bondic. Here's a new one here. Kalo. I don't know if I'm saying that right. All right, so listen to this one, Lexi. Relief pain fast with this Microtech patch.
Where do I sign up?
You haven't even heard about it yet. Imagine owning a device that can turn down your pain whenever you need it the most.
Right now. Where do I sign up?
It doesn't use chemical or drugs, nor does it change anything about your mind or your freaking body.
This sounds lovely.
If someone you love suffers from any kind of chronic pain, providing relief probably sounds like a dream come true. Thanks to an accidental discovery at a research lab, this type of pain relief has become a reality, and it comes in the form of a new Microtech patch called Kalo. It is a non-invasive patch, meaning it doesn't go up your ass or anything like that. You know what I mean? It's a non-evasive patch that's embedded with billions of tiny microcapacitors. These microcapacitors work together like a bioantenna that naturally relieves pain. I wonder what else it can do.
This sounds incredible.
That's it. I mean, this is what they love about it. You want to hear what they like?
Yeah.
Look, it looks like a phone. You stick a phone on your back.
It's like a QR code.
You know someone. Now think of this, how this can work. This might be new ways to get high. They're going to tickle the receptors in your back. Listen,
Yo.
it effectively relieves nearly any kind of chronic pain, including neck pain, migraines, headaches, knee pain, elbow pain, menstrual cramps, and more. No drugs or medicine. Nothing foreign or toxic enters up your ass.
Let's go.
It lasts for years. Kalo is reusable and works through clothing or directly on your fucking skin. I'd get into it. Okay. You're gonna love it. It's called Peeps. Not those nasty little fucking marshmallow birds. Not them. I know what you guys are thinking. I can't stand marshmallow. Unless, you know what I'm into right now? Because I think the New England dads got me on this shit. Fluff.
Oh, you're into fluff?
I'm all of a sudden into fluff, and it's all Melissa's fault. I can't afford this shit. The last thing I need in my life right now is fluff. I need something to. I need to be hardened. I don't need to be fluffy. I got enough fucking problems. What the hell was that? Twitch notification. You better knock it off. Okay. It's weird now that we're all on. It's fucking weird. Now that we're all on fucking Twitch again. Because Twitch is rolling out all this bullshit. In fact, I'll do that story next. Maybe I'll end with that. It's fucking terrible. All right, hold on. Let's do this one. Smear-free carbon nanotech eyewear and cleaner. Now, if you're not from New England, you probably didn't know what the fuck I even just said. Let me try this again. Smear-free carbon nanotech and eyewear cleaner. Seriously, why is it so dang hard to get glasses clean? Cloths, wipes, sprays, your shirt. You know you do it. And you just end up chasing the crud all around your lenses like a weirdo. Don't you do it? You do it. I know you've done it. You're doing it now. Listen. Peeps cleans lenses unlike anything we've ever fucking seen. Look at this shit. You wouldn't believe it. It looks like a windshield wiper for your glasses. How? By utilizing the same innovative microcarbon cleaning technology used in the aerospace industry on high-definition optics. The dual carbon microfiber cleaning pads actually trap and eliminate oil, fingerprints, instead of smearing them around like cloths and sprays. When you're finished cleaning, the patented case recharges the cleaning pads with new carbon molecules for the next use. So it recharges the carbon molecules. Independently lab tested, up to 500 cleanings. Peeps is a great gift for anyone that can't see shit, Lexi. We're gonna continue on with this tomorrow. This just gets better and better.
Yeah.
The more stuff people make.
And people say that, like...
Whoa! This doctor-approved device that cleans your lungs? Come on, man. Something that pressure washes the inside of your lung pads? Oh! Snow teeth whitening sold out. Yo, we're going to have to come back to this tomorrow. That's how incredible this is. But can somebody, I mean, you guys are probably getting tired of me tagging people. Somebody go tag Legion of Solace and our friend Malcolm. Because look. I was about to pull a Swayze. Look. Twitch is ready to roll out its TikTok-like discovery feed to everyone. Here we go again. It's like the second Twitch renaissance. Remember, I had been saying the entire time. I had said to you guys before, in past weeks, go back. And you guys will see me talking about Twitch. And everything I've talked about Twitch has come to fruition. I told you that music was banned on Twitch. And that was one of their original challenges, you know. So now that there's been developments, they've moved the needle, of course, on music streaming. There are all these other new developments. We'll take a look at it and then we'll move on. Twitch is rolling out its new TikTok-like discovery feed later this month, joining a growing cohort of tech companies taking design tips from the popular video sharing app. While select users have had access to Twitch's scrollable video feed test since August last year, the Amazon-owned streaming platform is now finally ready to release the feature to all its mobile users. Oh, see also here, no more nudity. Twitch is ending the topless meta party. Oh, we've got to check that out. Yeah, we got to check that out. Okay, so detailed in Twitch's patch notes live stream on Wednesday, the new Discovery feed is only available in Twitch's mobile app and will actually consist of two separate feeds, a live feed and a clips feed. Users will be able to switch between two via buttons at the top of the screen, similarly to switching between your following and your feeds on TikTok. Yay. Are you guys excited? As the name suggests, Twitch's live feed will show live footage from accounts that are actively streaming at the same time you're scrolling through the Discovery feed. Well, thank goodness. Streams will be collated both from accounts you follow and ones recommended by Twitch's algorithm based on your viewing history. Yay. A majority of viewers do want to discover someone new to watch, but it's not super easy to do right now without spending a ton of time browsing streams or sitting through ads. That's what good old Jess said. Jess works for Twitch. She also adds, this is meant to help you find something quickly to watch without having to sit through a pre-roll ad before you even know if that content is something you're going to like. Why weren't they doing this before? As the name suggests, right, the feeds will still have ads, but just like TikTok, they will be scrollable, allowing you to quickly flick past them. If you see content in the feed that catches your interest, you can tap on the streamer's avatar to start watching the live stream. Sung also stated that Twitch is working on an update that will allow you to join a live stream simply by tapping on the screen. The Clips feed will show short videos taken from past broadcasts. Twitch already allows users to extract short segments from their live streams to feature on their pages, known as clips. These new clips and feeds will serve such videos to users, essentially allowing viewers to see the highlights of creators' broadcasts. The clips feed will also display whether or not the live streamer is live and allow you to join their live stream if they are, a lot like Facebook. There you have it, everybody. What do you guys think about that? Melissa said, I want the hearing aid. I'm telling you about that gig stick. I'm telling you. Scott says, you got to tell your other half how much you love. Oh, you got to tell your other half how much you love and appreciate them. With the wife that he has now, she was by his side when he went through open heart surgery. Oh my gosh, in strokes the past September. Oh my goodness. He says, I always tell her that without her I am nothing and I love her more every day. Wow. A man needs a strong woman behind them. I agree with you, bro. I couldn't picture what my life would be without her. True and unconditional love. Nothing is better than that. Wow. Wow. I love that. I love that so much. Very well said, man. My best friend and brother was born deaf in one ear, says Kenny. It can be a challenge trying to just process information with one ear. That's so true. One of the things I loved most about your music is how strong her voice is. Yo, that's dope. It's so powerful. It took me almost immediately. I hope you guys continue doing even things like streams. You guys inspire me to keep trying. Man, that's beautiful, dude. Like, seriously. That is extremely powerful, man. Thank you for being public and very moving to me and human. I really appreciate that, Kenny. You know, Kenny, you touched on something there, man. And it's, you know, we're all oscillating. We're all spinning around each other. You know what I mean? You're adding value to my life. You know, And we're trying to add value to people's lives, Kenny. That's the only intention that we have. There's a lot of people out there that don't know us well. And I forgive them. I don't know what people think we're doing here. And I can't blame them for having an imagination. But if all the evidence and everything we've done, if everything that we've actually done and contributed to is evidence, we're just trying to enjoy our lives in the pursuit of happiness to the best quality of our lives. And we know that we can't do that without adding more to the world. We know that we are asking so much from our lives. We know that in order to ask as much as we've asked from our own lives, that we have to contribute to other people's lives. Our mission, our goal, is to add as much value to all of our lives, unifying together behind the same mission, behind the same quality. And that is a mutual pursuit of happiness, safety, and the birthright to all natural things, man. So, I love when people say that we were able to achieve that. When people say that we've added value to their lives. When people publicly say that they've gotten sober, or we've helped them get through a difficult time. I am filled with achievement. I am filled with the emotions of achievement and success. Those are the times I'm really celebrating. We've won a couple of awards and stuff like that. And if you know me, people that know me, they know damn well I don't do much celebrating. And if I do, I don't celebrate too long. But when you guys tell me publicly that our music and our live streams are helping reshape and re-energize your lives, you guys are confirming to me that I'm doing the right thing and that I'm able to add value to the world. I mean that, man. There's nothing that could ever compare to that. There's no paychecks. There's no jewelry. There's no plaques. Literally, Kenny, that is when you saying that to somebody like me. Like I said, circles and circles, we are oscillating around each other. And I give you the ball, Kenny, and you put some energy on the field, and when you're ready, you pass the ball back to me. And that's how we keep this gift. That's how we keep this revolution. That's how we keep it circular. That's how we keep this circle. That's how we protect this energy and this value together. So I appreciate that, man, because it's a sign of hope. When we keep having these conversations together, you say, man, that's a sign of hope for me. This together, what we do here every single day on this live stream, the closer we get, the more we challenge ourselves with the truth, the more we challenge ourselves to establish community and generosity, the more we have conversations that lead to hope. And we might be able to move the needle. We don't need everybody. We don't need the majority. We just need the strongest people in this room that can handle it. We don't need the majority. We don't need a big field of weaklings. No. We just need a couple of strong men and women. We can move this needle together. I promise you we can. I'll show you that we can. Hans says, that's going to be great for my sciatica. How about, I'll tell you what, Hans, if you buy that, you should buy that thing, Hans, and come on the podcast on Wednesday, and we'll fucking stick that pain thing on your back and see if it works. We should do a real life scientific test. I think from now on, Hans, our stagehand and videographer, you guys have seen him sometimes in the videos and stuff like that. He's in the chat. You guys can make friends with him. But I think he should be our, anytime we have a science experiment, like consumer products, we should test them on Hans. Yo, fluff is the stuff. Dead ass. That's what we should do from now on. Every time I get something I'm unsure about, I'm just going to spray a little on Hans. It's only family. Hey. Hey. Oh, good. I love y'all. Thank you guys for tagging them. It's just because it was the Twitch stuff, you know what I mean? That's the only reason why. He said, yo, guinea pig me, man. I'm all for it. Scott says, honestly, after what I went through, I was not able to play with my axe. Ooh. Wow. But watching your videos and listening to Sepsis music and watching you play will inspire me to play once again. Oh my goodness, bro. That is huge. I honestly... What? It works? It works? Holy shit, we got to try this. Yo, I honestly, if it was somebody, if it wasn't Scott that said it, I would have been like, bullshit. But honestly, like, Scott, you've been through too much. I know you ain't bullshitting. You don't look like the kind of guy that even has time for it. You got kids and girlfriends and wives and history. No. You don't, there's no time. There's no future in front for you. Yeah, man. Scott, we might be Sepsis soulmates, bro. Swarmies for life. Yo, I tell you guys, man, I appreciate you every day. I hope you guys keep showing up for the live stream. Happy Friday. Be cool this weekend. The weather's getting nice. I know everybody drinking, moving around. I'm not trying to be like sober Sam over here, but I will be smoking my weed. And just with anything else, man, everything is cool within moderation. But with the barbecues and the sun coming out, the days getting longer. Try to take care of each other. Try to be kind to each other. Don't spend so much time inside. Please get out to see some concerts. Go see some local bands. Go shop at a local farmer market. Go enjoy 420 tomorrow. Smoke some good weed. Make some friends. Don't spend the rest of your life on the internet. Much love to you guys. Peace.